Hello, Bernadette from Bernie's Creations, and today I am going to be doing something a little bit different. I'm just going to flip it around, and then I have to put you on pause for a minute. Okay, so today what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to do a little bit of some more experimenting, and that I'm going to put some UV resin on this because I want to try and get it some shine so that when I make it into a mold, that the mold will shine. And this actually is a pot that I bought at Dollarama. And so I'm going to make it into a mold, and I'll show you the other mold that I've already made that doesn't have shine to it. But anyways, I'm going to pause you for a moment, and I have to put you up into the pedestal. Okay, I'll be right back. All right, so I'm gonna turn the light back on because I'm also recording for YouTube. So that was goofy. Bernadette. I took the glove off because I needed to be able to open this bag, and I might have to readjust or move the other camera. Okay, so I already made one mold, but the other mold that I made, what I did was I had a pot with butterflies on the outside, just this side, and I made it into a mold. I don't think you're going to be able to see the imprint because I need to put some mica powder in there to be able to, so you'll be able to see it. And then I'm going to make this. The reason I'm making these molds is because I'm going to make them into desk lamps. And I'm going to put dried flowers inside. But I kind of felt led to bless a young woman. There we go. In the United States with 3 of these pots. So I have 3. I have a dragonfly, I have a butterfly, and is this the bee? And I have a bumblebee. Okay, I'm gonna shut this light off for a second and try and refocus or readjust. Now, I don't think okay, I'm going to pause this one for a moment. Okay, so anyways, Michelle from Glitz and Glitter, she and her husband, they always do these awesome videos, and so I wanted to be able to send her these, but she's allergic to UV resin. So she's not allergic to it when it's dry, but she is allergic to it when it's wet. And she likes to, when she makes her molds and does her stuff, she likes the molds to be shiny. So I'm going to try and put the UV resin on and hope that it ends up having a shiny mold. Okay, so that's what I forgot. I'm gonna pause this video for a moment. I can't see. There we go. Okay, so I've got a brush. All right, So I'm just going to do a little bit at a time because I'm not sure how. I know that the UV resin is very thick. So I'm hoping, and I also know that it will not set until the lamp is put onto it. So I'm just hoping that this will not cover up the little grooves. So, which is why I'm trying to get it really, really thin. And I don't know how well my my live feed video in Bernie's Creations, if it is, because my hand is kind of in the way. Okay, so I'm actually going to try this right now and see how well. And this is what the UV light will set it. So let's see. This is a bit of an experiment in that I don't know how well the UV resin will work or set on the clay. And I may not keep you on for the whole time of doing this because it's going to be kind of boring. But what I am going to do, I think, is for the one that I have already. There we go. Okay, let's see if. Okay, that is still sticky, so it's going to take more than 60 seconds, so probably 120. Do do do. What's that? What's the Jeopardy music? Okay, there we go. All right. All right, so it's not sticky anymore. So I'm going to be doing the entire pot. Actually, I'm going to be doing 3 pots like that. And but I'm not going to make you sit and watch me. So, but what I am going to do is I have a bee mold that I want to make. So I've actually already got the bottom in it. But what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to set this on top. And I learned a very good lesson with making this one, in that I did have weight on it and I had left it for several hours to cure, and I had come back and I felt the top and it felt solid, so I took the weight off, and then the next morning when I came out, the mold was actually sitting like this. So I ended up, well, not quite that high, but anyways, I ended up having to, this is why this has got such a deep base, is because I ended up having to pour more resin or silicone in to level it out so that I could then put my my butterfly mold back in, or my butterfly pot back in, and yeah, so we won't do that again. But what I am, while I'm here, what I am going to do, or do have to do, is, because I want to make these into lights, but I want the light, the LED light. So, but I want the wire, the end of the wire, to be sticking down here. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to cut. And when cutting, when doing a light or having to do something like that, it's not a good idea to cut a straight line. It's best to kind of try and make it so that it's a curve. And then that way it fits together. You tape it on the inside or you tape it on the outside. And so yeah, so that's what I'm going to do right now, is I'm going to cut my mold, and I'm going to cut it so that, as I said, so that it's not so that it's not straight, but so that it has okay. And then, as I said, when I can cut it a little bit more, just a little bit more. So then what I would do is, and I'll use this as my example, is I would be able to have my light cord so that it sticks out the bottom, and then I would tape it together so that there is not so that when I pour the resin in, the resin won't leak out. So anyways, so you got to watch me do that, and I'm going to set that aside. And then I am going to take this one, and I need, oh, okay, I should have taken the, and the other thing that I'm doing is I am holding on to, because when mixing up the silicone, I end up having this on the bottom and on the sides. So instead of throwing it away, what I'm doing is I'm keeping it And then I am cutting it up, and I am adding it into the with the liquid resin and pouring it in so that so that the what you call it stuff, the mold, silicone, goes a little bit further. So I'm going to set this aside for a moment. And I am going to grab my measuring. So one of the things that I'm noticing, because of the fact that I'm using and making my own molds now and stuff like that, is that I go through a lot of this stuff. So I actually bought a huge 1.5 gallon bottle of it, or because it's a 1-to-1, so it's one measurement of part A. Same with the resin, or the resin that I use, is that it is a measurement of part A and one measurement of part B. Now, the first time I did this, making the amount that I'm making right now was enough. But then I messed up in removing the weight before I should have. Okay, so that's part B. Oh, come on. Get in there. Get in there. Hopefully, I think that'll be enough. Well, if it's not, I'll make up some more. Actually, do you know what I'm going to do? I am going to make up some more, and no, I'm not. No, I'm not. Okay, so that was part B. Now let's add part A. And so we're going to add one, whoops. Okay, and was still some in here, but that's okay because I'm going to add some of this extra anyways, so. Okay. All right, I need my paper towel. Okay, one, and part two. There, and okay, that there. And then now I'm going to stir it for a little bit. And then I'm going to cut up some of this Did I put tape on the bottom of that? Yes. Now, because there's a hole in the bottom of it, I've put tape on here because I don't want the silicone to go into the hole. So, put that there. Now, both of these items, the little clay pots and this pot, this clay pot, I bought at Dollarama. Okay, so I'm not going to actually put the bigger chunks in. I'm just going to put some of the smaller, wispier stuff. In. And I will use the thicker bits and pieces on other molds or other items or projects. They're sticking to each other. And they're sticking to my gloves, but it is already set and done. It's just still sticky. Making sure that I have all the little bits and pieces off that I don't want to cut my gloves. I don't want any of my glove in. Now watch, because I've said that I'll cut my glove, right? Now, one of the things that I have noticed, as I said, is that it actually takes several hours. So once I get this poured, I will not, I'll put weight on it, on the pot, but I won't do anything else with it. I'll set it aside and I'll wait 24 hours. Because that is the thing about this. I mean, though I love this how transparent or translucent this silicone is, it takes a long time to set. And I have a feeling I'm probably going to have to just wait. I'm going to pour what I've got here, and then I'll let it set, and then I'll add more tomorrow. So once I have it all, because I don't want to add, because it's starting to get too thick. So I may actually just end up having to add, I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to make up some more, another scoop of it. And then that will most likely be the end of what I've got here. Because I think, well, there might still be 2 scoops in here. So there is, that is one of B again. And I'm not going to add any more of the cut up bits and pieces. Okay, and then one of A. And the A feels a lot lighter than B was. So my containers. Set that over there. And tomorrow I will come back on and I will show you both the pot that I have just poured. And the pot that I'm just pouring now, and I will show you the dragonfly. Where did I put it? Oh, right there. The dragonfly pot that I have put the UV resin on. Okay, and while I'm just going to grab my weight. So I'm going to pause this video for a moment. I can't pause the live because if I pause the live. Okay, let's go. So I'm going to pour that first, or do I put that in there first? Oh, I think I'm going to pour the silicone in first, because otherwise, oh, and then there's, what is that? And then I will get the wheat on, oh, there's another. Little. Okay, so here we go. Whoops, oh. Don't want that inside the hot. I'll wipe it out in a minute. To flip it around and okay, and so this is why I didn't want to put the weight on quite yet, is because I'm going to have to scoop out yeah. So I was actually able, I probably still need another 2. Sounds like my mail just got delivered. Okay, and then now I'm going to put my weight in, and we will leave it for, I wonder if I should actually just mix up, because I think I need, because I've still got about this much room. So, but anyways, I'm not going to make you sit and watch me do that. So, thank you for joining me, and I will do the rest on off camera, and but I will show you tomorrow how it turned out. Okay? All right, I gotta get the glove off. The silicone is kind of sticky. So, I'm going to pause this one. Okay, so I am going to let you all go, and I'm not going to make you sit and watch me as I, where is it? I'm not going to make you sit and watch me as I mix up some more of the silicone. And pour it in to top up this. And I'm not going to make you sit and watch and wait while I do the rest of the UV resin on the dragonfly mold. So, so thank you for joining me. And oh, before I go, one of the things that we are doing is Kim from Kim's Creations is doing a challenge on Facebook. So she is doing a challenge, and she is, or she's doing we are doing a collaboration. Just got to shut that light off because it's giving me a headache. So we are doing a collaboration, and in that with challenges. And for this challenge, what she did was the technique. She had a bunch of people, a bunch of us, suggest a technique, a dominant color, and a base color. And so the technique that was chosen, then she put it on the wheel. There were several, like I think there was 10 techniques suggested, and various colors. And for technique, base, and dominant. And I cannot remember what the base color for this first challenge is, but the technique is open cup, and the dominant color is phthalo. It was either phthalo turquoise or phthalo teal. Now, I went to Michael's yesterday to look for, because Golden does have the phthalo turquoise and the phthalo teal, but I went, and it was $40 for the tube, and I just can't do that. I just don't have the funds to be able to. So anyways, and I mean, it wasn't a big tube. It was just a little, like, basically a 2 ounce or 1 ounce, 1.5, 2 ounce, 1 ounce, 2 ounce tube. So it was just a little thing. And I'm not spending $40 on a very small tube of paint. So, but I was able to find in Artist Loft, I was able to find the phthalo green, and I was able to find turquoise. I wasn't able to find teal. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make my own phthalo turquoise. And the reason I went with the phthalo green and the turquoise is because of the fact of looking for phthalo turquoise or phthalo teal, is that when you find it, it's kind of a green. So it's a green color. So I thought, well, if I take the phthalo green and the turquoise and mix the two, that should help me to come up with the phthalo turquoise. And so that's what I'm going to be doing. And the other thing that I've kind of encouraging the other members who are taking part in this challenge is, if they have a YouTube channel, let each one of us know what their YouTube channel is, so that we can subscribe to their channels, and they hopefully subscribe to mine, and then we will do our own little premieres and sending viewers to watch those other artists do their challenge. And so Kim is going to be doing this once a month. What I've done is, and I was inspired to do this by Kelly Farrell Art, is to go through and figure out how many, because she was doing a 100 day or 100 painting challenge. And so she inspired me to go through and find out how many different types of pours there are. And I found 54 so far. So I've got 54 so far. And so what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be doing a pour a week. I had been thinking about doing, when I first started it, and I thought, okay, because I came up with 20. So I thought, okay, well, if I do one every 2 weeks, so I'm going to take this monthly pour from Kim's as being my first in for the premiere. And so I'm going to be doing, I was going to do it once every 2 weeks, but because now I've found that there are at least 54 different types of pours, I'm going to do it once a week. And yeah, so it's I'm probably going to do it every I don't know, every Saturday maybe. I don't know yet. If anybody has any suggestions as to a day that would be a good one to do it, let me know. So, anyways, that is what I am doing for right now. I'm probably going to come on tomorrow again and show everybody, like unmold the pot that I'm just doing right now. And I think I'm even going to start doing this, like, because this I'm making as into a light. So I've got my LED lights, and I will get it. I've got my dried flowers, or I've got some dried flowers. And so then I'm going to just start, and I'm going to get some pigment. I've got to go over to my house and get my pigment and glitters, and I will fill in. As I said, I don't think, oh, you might be able to see the butterflies. And so that the butterflies will show on the front. So, yeah. So, anyways, thank you for joining me, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.